Hello my fellow Cancers, how are you doing today? Welcome to my channel. My name is Jennifer, and today we are doing a reading for the sign of Cancer. It is a general reading, so it cannot and will not resonate for everyone. Take what does and leave what doesn't. When I was meditating on your guys' energy, I was able to get deep into my energy. Sorry guys, I lit a lot of incense. But I kept getting, almost like I kept getting negative thoughts. Like, you know, when you're meditating and, usually this only happens to me when I'm having a hard time connecting. So it's funny that I didn't have a hard time connecting. I did connect. But as soon as I did, I just kept getting like the highlight reels of the shit you don't want to see. If that makes any sense. The way I like to do my readings is I like to do a pre-pulled spread, meditate on the messages and on the cards, and then continue to pull cards with you guys on video. So what we do have at the bottom of the deck, we have Falling Angel, Spiritual Narcolepsy. And for me, the bottom of the deck is the overall theme, why we're here, why we're doing the reading. So I feel like for a lot of you guys, and I include myself in this because why not? I have a Cancer stellium. I have a lot of Cancer in my chart. But there seems to be a lot of triggering, and maybe not even triggering. I don't want to say triggering. It could be triggering, but I feel like it's a lot of also almost like a pull. There's a lot of things that are coming up that are being shown to you, but not in a sense of, not necessarily people coming up to show you. It could be, but I feel like there's almost a pull to called to do the things that we used to do before we started to do our healing practices, if that makes sense. So let me give you an example. So on the card it says spiritual narcolepsy. So a sense of not doing your meditation, not when you're not feeling good or you're having a lot of emotions, you're holding them in. I'm also hearing addictions, a lot of things that we were addicted to or things that are coming back. We're almost getting like triggered or pulled into a sense of, like, for example, if you drink a lot, there's a sense of you wanting to drink. You're getting those cravings to drink, overeating, or eating too much junk food, anything, even people like that are coming up that you miss, which you felt in a sense that you had already gotten over a situation, but it's coming up and you feel that sense of longing and desire and need. So anything that you know that isn't for your highest good, there seems to be a sense of it being pulled up and you being called to it and pulled to those things again for some reason. And I feel like it's just a lot has to do with almost like a sudden, a final goodbye, a final look at those things, but also for you to recognize when it isn't actually, you know, it isn't actually you that's wanting to do that. It's more of a sense of something's lacking, or a sense of, you know what, this is not good for me. Why am I being pulled to do this, right? I'm also hearing there's a huge sense of discipline required at this time. There needs to be a lot of discipline, not only in your work ethic, but a need to stay grounded and focused on what you really want. There's a sense of this final push to reach a certain destination where you've been trying to get to for a really long time. And you need to stay grounded and focused and have discipline in all aspects of life. Which I'm going to tell you right now, that's something that I struggle with. But I am working on it. I like to use the main cards, which the main cards is this deck. This is the main deck. And then I use a separate card just to get a little bit more etheric energy. And I was called to these fairy cards. So there may be something, you may be connecting with fairies right now. There may be fairy help right now. I'm also hearing like jokester energy, prankster energy. Just all of a sudden like random funny things happening. Just kind of like trying to get you into a playful mood, because the energies are very difficult right now. I said this yesterday in the Gemini reading. We all are having ascension symptoms, which those motherfuckers are difficult. That's a hard. Ascension symptoms are not easy. They're very painful and very uncomfortable. And so there seems to be a sense of needing to have, even though there needs to be a sense of a little bit of solidarity right now, or a little bit of alone time, having fun within your space, right? If you have a yard, going out and spending time alone in your own energy, putting your feet in the grass, taking in some sun. There seems to be a sense of inner child coming out to play with the fairies. And that's what I was getting. You guys got... That's interesting. You guys got dreamer. Your dreams have chosen you. Find fulfillment in pursuing your destiny. This is the magic of life. Reconciliation. Remember the source of love. A loving action is all you need to begin the process. Reach out with a simple first step. And you got discernment. See the truth of the situation and use common sense. And do not be fooled. Pay attention. Your intuition knows. That's interesting. So and I'll get deeper into these because these are really interesting and I know they weave into the reading. So you're starting off with the spirit of the river, movement toward adventure. Yeah, so there seems to be a sense of you're finally starting to see movement. You're finally starting to see movement, and I find it funny that it says toward adventure, because it's coming out. They're coming out to say that the fairies are coming out to try to get you to enjoy yourself, to have fun, to bring out your inner child, to connect with yourself. But it's going to be in adventures. It's going to be something that you're going to enjoy. It's going to be fun. It's going to be... I'm hearing we're no longer going to the past. We're no longer going to the past where before it was, oh, let's move towards working, and all we're going to do is work, and we're going to work ourselves to death, and we're not going to have time for our self-care. We're not going to have time to do things with our family. We're going to that's not the life that you're going back to. And if that's what you're thinking, then you're going to have a huge surprise. What you're going to is a new life, and it's going to be a sense of, yes, you need to do your life path. You need to do what is meant for you to do, and obviously support your family. But that concept of work, or work hard, play hard, that's a concept of humanity. That's a 3D concept. That's not the truth, and that's not the case. As a light being, or somebody who is aware and understands that you don't actually have to work your butt off to be abundant. As long as you are manifesting with divine, and you are putting in the right intention and the right work. And it's funny because you guys actually have down the line on the reading, you have the Magician's Swords, confidence in your magic. But as long as you're doing your part, divine will put in their part and then some. You don't have to work your butt off. I mean, is it good to put all of your intention and all of your love and energy into what you're doing? Yes. Is it good for you to be working 16 hours a day killing yourself? No. And that's not what life is. And it's never been that. Society turned it into that. I won't get into it, but there's a movement towards adventure. So everything that you're going to be doing, including work, is going to be an adventure. Because if it's not something that makes you happy, it's not something that you should be doing. And that's including work. That's including work. You know, that's including family, friends, anything that doesn't bring your heart joy or is an adventure or, and I'm not saying things won't take you out of your comfort zone. Yeah, absolutely. It'll feel uncomfortable, but it's going to be an adventure on the way there. And at the end of it, it's going to be, it's like giving, it's like giving birth. Like, yeah, that shit's kind of horrible. I'm not even gonna lie. But at the end of it, it was worth it. It was an adventure. You know what I mean? Okay, so yeah. And then you have next the whale song, resonating. You're gonna start being able to resonate with every single situation that you do. It's almost going to be like, the image I'm getting is from the movie Iron Man, where he opens up the screens and he is moving stuff with his fingers, like he's doing stuff with those screens, and then he closes one and then he makes a big one. I'm seeing that, but in your life and in your energetic field. Like, you're going to pull up a situation, you're going to open it, and you're going to dissect it and say, is this something that I want? Is this going to make me happy in the long run? You're going to be resonating, and you're only going to go towards what resonates to your soul. And there's something here about music too. So I know cancers have, at least a few cancers that I know have a very strong connection with music. I know I do. I have a couple other friends that have a very strong connection with music. But even if it's not just a cancer, let's say you have cancer in other placements and you have something else in your sun sign, there's something here that's going to be resonating with music, either in healing, either it's something that you need to do to have fun, or it is something that you're going to do with your life path. I'm hearing something about a band or even singing. This could be for a career, or this could be just for fun. This is something that calls to your soul. It doesn't necessarily mean that it'll be your what you do in life, but let's say this is what you do because it brings you joy, right? It could be a side gig. But there's so much water in this reading. Look at this. There's, of course, it's Cancer, but I mean, like, just look at that. Sorry, hopefully you guys can see that. And that brings us, because they're going to be resonating, and you're going to be listening, and you're going to be going in and dissecting situations. It's going to make you very adaptable, because there are going to be situations that come to you that have never come to you, that are brand new and that you've never been in, and you're going to go in and you're going to pull it up and you're going to look at it, and at first sight you're going to think, no, that I would never. And they're saying, yes. And you're going to resonate with it. And it's something that you'd be like, And then when you look at it, you're like, oh, this calls to me. So you're going to be very adaptable. You're going to be very flexible with situations, different things that you are not comfortable with, because, again, it is something that it is out of your comfort zone. Anything that makes us uncomfortable is out of our comfort zone. Me going to the market is out of my comfort zone because I don't like being around people. So imagine the amount of stuff, and mind you, I can be around people. I can go to parties. I can public speak. That's not an issue. I can pull that out of me, but I choose not to do those things just because I prefer to be comfortable, right? And so here we come to the Magician and the Sword. Magician's sword, confidence in your magic. I feel like because you guys are now finally able to use your discernment correctly and it is working for you, you can see that the choices that you're making, you can actually see the magic in the air. I'm seeing like actual, that scene from Fantasia, is it Fantasia, where they're dancing and they're doing all these things, and they're sorry, when the brooms are dancing and all of that. You can actually literally see the magic. I'm not saying that literally that's going to happen, because that would be absolutely amazing if I can get my mop and broom to clean on its own. But there's going to be a sense of you actually seeing your manifestations appear before your eyes. And your confidence is going to grow, because the more you see it working, the more you see that the things that you are trying to manifest, mind you, again, these are manifestations that are for your highest good, for the higher good of humanity, and they're all in with love. Remember, we can't manifest other people. We cannot manifest ill will. We can't manifest those things. But as long as it's for your higher good and for the higher good of everybody else, those manifestations are going to be coming in like crazy. It'll be like, you know what? I want a trip to Vegas. And 2 weeks later, boom, the opportunity comes up, right? You know what? I want a new car. Or you know what? I need to make more money this month because X, Y, and Z. Boom, it's gonna happen. It's gonna start happening immediately. You're gonna be in a sense of manifesting quickly. Like, again, things that are said are gonna be happening almost immediately. And because you're able to discern, where do we get discernment? I see now where I see. So the bottom cards now they are now connecting into the story. So because you're able to discern, you're going to have a lot of dreams. There's a lot of things that you're going to be dreaming of, people, places, things. But there are some things that you are going to want to reconcile with. Jobs, possibly, people, friends, relationships, and you need to use your discernment, because if you don't, you are going to get hurt because you're not listening, you're not paying attention. I don't even think it's not paying attention. I think you see it and you go for it because you don't care. You're wanting it because you want it, right? So be careful what you're trying to call in, what you're actually calling in with your magic, because there's going to be a sense here of you having to transmute pain because you're not being careful, you're not being discerning of what you're actually trying to call in, right? And for others of you, I also feel like, because there has been such a long period of healing and such a long period of you going deep within and having those ascension symptoms. I know for some of us, it's been 3-4 years of just deep healing. And there's only so much you can reach on your own. There has to be a new energy to come in and kind of go through this process where you're now seeing the fruits of your labor. And because you had that faith in divine, because you had that faith and you kept on doing the work, because all of that is coming in, you're able to come in and finally transmute that last little bit of pain that you had that you couldn't reach on your own, right? Because you were in it's almost like I'm getting like when you clean out your purse. If you're a guy, I apologize. If you have a purse, that's great. But like you clean out the purse, right? You take everything out, right? You put it to the side. But then if you take everything out and you leave the bag there, there's still stuff at the bottom. You have to literally pull out the inside and turn over the bag and shake it out. Like shake out all the trash and the crumbs and the last little bit of trash that's in there, right? That's what this is. With the movement towards adventure, all that movement, all that joy, the inner child work, and with you trusting in your magic and seeing it actually happen, that's literally gonna dislodge the last little bit of pain that you have there. And that's going to be transmuting it. And you're going to transmute that pain and use it to manifest amazing things. But there is a huge emphasis right here on discernment and reconciliation. I feel like there's going to be a lot of opportunities that are going to come in, and you really need to use your discernment on what's good for you and what's not good for you. I feel like there's going to be opportunities not only in career where there's going to be a sense of, well, there is this job that's coming in, but it's a corporate job and it's 9 to 5, and sometimes I have to work Saturdays and I answer to other people and I make $17 an hour. But right now I'm not even making that much because, let's say my business isn't growing. Is that for your highest alignment? Are you going to be happy there? Is that going to fulfill you? Right? Or let's say the money's good. Let's say the money's $26 an hour, $30 an hour. But the management there is horrible. You get demeaned, you get mistreated. But then you can continue to work on what you're working on, or even switch it a little bit and do things differently. Allow yourself to write down those ideas and work on those ideas, and maybe switch up the concept of what you're doing. Maybe it's just a need to tinker it a little bit. What is going to make you the happiest? Is more money going to make you happy? I can tell you right now it's not going to make you more happy. I can tell you right now, if somebody was like, oh, we'll give you, but you have to be here, and you have 2 15-minute breaks for you to go pee, and you have a 30-minute lunch, and you have to work the holidays, I'd be like, lose my I don't care if they were like, it's $200,000 a year. I'd be like, no, I don't care. That would kill me literally slowly on the inside. That's just an example. Again, I'm getting people coming back from the past, people who, as of now, there seems to be a sense of you've let go, you've forgiven, and there are going to be people from the past who have changed. But there's also going to be people from the past who have not changed. They may say that they've changed, and they're really trying to change, and their end goal would be to have an amazing, in their mind, the thought is, I want to be with you, you're my forever person. But if the work hasn't been done, it's like a car. It's a car. The car wants, you don't know what it wants, but let's just give an example. The car doesn't want to break down on you. The car doesn't want to leave you stranded. But if it never gets fixed, it is what it is. It's a broken down car, right? Use your discernment about people, places, or things, and be careful of what you're manifesting. And I mean everything. I'm not talking about just people. This is not just about, oh, is the ex coming? No, I'm talking about everything. Everything in your life. Even family. Family situations on where you're being asked or called to go to. People that ask for your help as well. There are people deserve help. Good people deserve help. Or not even people that need it. But there are people that take advantage. And it's up to you to help, but just know that, there are a lot of people that don't deserve your help or are not doing the work, and they need to figure it out on their own. So I could go a million different ways in these situations. Again, use your discernment to figure out where, but I feel like for all of whoever I'm reading for now, This is going to be in every aspect of your life, not just relationships. This is going to be work, people, friendships. There's a sense of looking up your friends and saying, is this something that is helping or hindering? Is this someone that gives, is equal give and take, or not? I am seeing a lot of that. And at the bottom of this deck, we got healing. Bless all in need of healing, hope and love. Spirit grants us strength and wisdom. Guide us to the path of wellness. Yeah. And this is going to be that final healing where that last little bit of pain from the past, that hurt, that damage that you had is going to be completely healed. I know I also watch readers, and I know there are some readers that say, oh, people don't change. That's not. There are people do change. People change all the time. If that were the case, we wouldn't have changed and we would still be the same people. People can change. Just use your discernment to make sure that you're not being played by somebody who actually hasn't changed. But people can change. People can change. But again, we are given warning signs. We are given dreams. In your dreams, you can't even imagine the times I have dreamt something that was going to happen and I didn't listen and it happened and I was like, I knew it. I should have just listened, right? All right, I'm going to get you guys some guidance cards. I think these are called activation. I don't have the box. Sorry. It's these. You guys got 3. You guys got also, you guys might be seeing 2s like literally everywhere. I mean, like in your breakfast cereal, in your alphabet soup, like on the streets, on your phone. If you play like anywhere, 2s galore, just everywhere. 2s and 4s is what I'm seeing. Okay, you guys got 43 transition, which breaks down to, I believe that's 7. Yeah. And I'm just going to read them to you guys. It says, the frequency of transition supports our deep understanding of the ever-changing nature of existence and our lives, so that we can learn to let go, surrender to the process, and allow transition to occur with ease and grace. Yeah. And that goes exactly with this transmuting pain. You guys got 26, empowerment. The frequency of empowerment supports our ability to show up fully and completely, uniting us with others in the deep trust that we are all connected through the same source. Yep. And you guys got 16, which would be 7, conception. The frequency of conception invites us to bring our consciousness to our origin, the place where everything in creation begins. It helps us to remember the infinite potential and possibilities of this space and what we can manifest through our own focused awareness and intention. Thank you. Thank you for bringing together with me, for me. All right, guys. That is all I have for you today. If you are interested in any of my personal services, they are in the link down below. If you guys would like, share, or subscribe to the channel, that would really help me out. I appreciate you guys hanging out, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.